An ordinary man, insurance executive, 45 years old, stumbles to his death on a subway platform in New York City. Or does he? Unbeknownst to his wife or child, his brain is rescued from the accident scene by a secret branch of the United States government and put into the body of an artificially produced 26-year-old man who has the strength of Superman, the speed of Michael Jordan, and the grace of Fred Astaire. The only catch, under penalty of death, he can never let anyone from his past know he is still alive. And that, my friends, is a problem. For this man is desperately in love with his wife, his daughter, and his former life.
Before, on Now and Again.
Can I help you?
I certainly hope so. I'm looking for a house.
This is my second day on the job, and that you are absolutely the very first person that I have taken out to see a house.
Come into the city tomorrow night. We'll have dinner together, and you can show me your ideas. Does that work for you?
Yeah, it works for me.
Oh, this is intriguing. Old. I like old.
Great. I got a lot of old.
Good. Not for me. Ooh, not for me. So how does your husband feel about you having dinner with a client in New York? Must be a very well-adjusted fella. My second wife was an attorney, and the more she would assure me that her dinner meetings were strictly business, the more I would just think that this can't possibly be as nice as this picture makes it look. You didn't answer my question.
Well, to be completely honest, I'm not really that familiar with this piece of property.
Well, that's nice. I'm trying to ask you in a clever way about your husband. This game isn't going to work if you force me to play it alone.
I'm a widow.
Oh. Yeah. I saw the ring.
Well, I haven't been able to bring myself to take it off.
No, why? You shouldn't have to. Why? So jerks like me will know whether or not to try and pick you up?
You didn't know?
Nope.
You thought I was married?
Yep.
I am so confused.
I like married women. I've had great luck with married women. Married women, not all married women, mind you, but married women with a little bit of an itch. They're not that different from someone like me. They don't want to get caught. They don't want complications. They just want to hook up with someone
Pleasant.
Yeah.
I really have to go. I really have to go wash.
Wash?
Yeah. I have to go wash with a wire brush.
Hey, Lisa, stop!
Oh.
I still want to buy a house.
Just blow it out your...
Now and again, try to remember who I am.
We only want what we can't have. And what we can't have, yeah.
Now and again, try to remember all you can.
We only want what we can't have. And what we can't have, you do.
We never see what's good until it's left behind.
We only want what we can't have.
This is a very strange place to have a top secret meeting.
Not really. Sometimes the safest place to discuss the most sensitive subjects are out in the open. Mr. Wiseman, why are you staring at the pigeons?
I'm jealous. That bread looks awfully good to me.
Dr. Morris?
Yes.
I was asked to make contact with you. Thanks for meeting here on such short notice. You know why I'm here?
Well, obviously, I know my budget is coming up for review. I assume it has something to do with that. What?
POTUS wants to talk to you.
POTUS himself? When?
Now, shall we?
Don't you remember? Mom said you can't go anywhere with your friends today. You have to babysit me.
Is this man with you?
No one told you that I would be bringing someone?
With all due respect, Dr. Morris, this isn't a high school dance. This is POTUS. I was told to bring you, and only you.
I just need a minute. Mr. Wiseman, there's been some sort of miscommunication.
You're telling me. This guy's acting like I'm not even here. And by the way, what's a POTUS? What?
The O stands for of, and the T stands for thee.
Thank you, Vanna. I'd like to buy a vowel now.
President of the United States.
What about him?
POTUS.
That's who you're going to see?
Yes. And I need you to stay right here on this bench until I get back.
Wait a second. You're running off to see the leader of the free world, and you want me to just sit here in Birdland?
How long do you think we're looking at here?
It's POTUS, for God's sakes. My guess, he's got less than 10 minutes to spend with you.
I'll be back before you know it. You will not move.
Not so fast, Mr. Loco Parento. Money for food, and I can go anywhere I want for half an hour.
No money, but you can walk around in this little fenced-in area here.
$10 and 5 square blocks.
Not a dime. 2 square blocks, and for only 15 minutes. And you have to be back on this bench when I get back. And if I find out you did anything extraordinary to call attention to yourself, I will personally open you up and forget the anesthesia if you get my drift.
I love you.
Get your hands off me. 15 minutes. It's 1:15 now. I want you back on that bench at the top of the hour.
Can I help you?
I think I'd like to send my wife a dozen white roses. She loves white roses.
Name, address, and phone number where you want them delivered. Put your message at the bottom. It's gonna be $38, Mr. Wise Man.
Huh? Oh, no. I'm Newman. She's Wiseman. I'm Newman. She kept her maiden name. My name's Newman. Big bone of contention in the marriage. But what am I going to do? I love her. Oh, wow. I don't believe it. Forgot my wallet. Darn. But I know my Visa number. Can you do it without the card?
No.
Want to think about that for a minute?
No.
I don't understand.
No? It's a word. It means
No. I mean, if I called you and I ordered the flowers and I told you my credit card number, you send them.
You're right.
Thank you.
Call it in. Here's a number.
Can I borrow your telephone?
Sure. You can borrow the phone. The only thing is that this is the only phone we have, and it's for incoming orders only. So, if you use his phone to call me, I won't be able to answer it to speak to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Mr. Wiseman, it's been some time since you've made any transactions with us.
Yeah, I know. I've been so busy. If I'm not at work, I'm just dead to the world.
I'll need to see some photo ID.
You do, huh? See, that's the thing. I lost my wallet when I was waiting for the subway, and otherwise I would have used the ATM.
So you don't have any photo ID? Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Wiseman, but without the proper identification...
Look, I'm talking about $40 here. You have my signature on file, right? It's a match, right? All I need is $40. I try to get them to get me a new license, do everything. I just need $40 to tie me over. And it is mine. Can't you help me, Julia?
All right. Sign it again in front of me.
Thank you, Julia. Anyone ever tell you have very beautiful eyes, Julia?
Only men looking for money. Mr. Wiseman, your signature checks out.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is no need for hysterics. This is a robbery. Now, if you would all head towards the rear of the bank, my fellow presidents will show you into the vault.
Back to the banks, folks. Let's go back to the bank.
Damn, a robbery.
I know what you mean. I had sort of a pressing appointment myself.
People, the faster you get to the back of the bank, the faster you're in that vault. And the faster you're in that vault, the faster we're out of here with our money, and the faster the cops are here to save you. Now, let's all be good little citizens and move quickly and quietly. Move to the rear of the bank, Chief.
Keep going. Move it.
Move it, people! No heroics! Move it!
Stay calm.
All right, folks. I'm sure I speak for everybody in my little party when I say thank you all very much for your cooperation.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Folks, I'm the bank manager here, and first let me apologize for this. And second, let me assure you we're all perfectly safe in here. There's plenty of air, and as the gentleman said, it's only a matter of time till the police come and get us out. So in the meantime, I suggest we all just try to make ourselves comfortable, sit on the floor, whatever, and it'll all be over real soon.
You wouldn't have the time, would you?
5 after 10.
Excuse me, let me through, please. I'm a doctor.
Knows what she's doing.
2, 3, 4. Could you folks move to the back, please? Give him some air.
Is there anything I can do?
Yeah, open that door. I need to get him to a hospital. Breathe. 2, 3.
Folks, let's everybody move back into this area. Give this fella some privacy.
2, 4. 1, 2. Breathe. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
There's no internal release.
We've got to get him out of here.
Look, there are bolts all around that door. When they're engaged, they go 5 inches into the wall.
Sorry, Doc.
So, until help arrives, sorry, there's just no way to get out of here.
Is everyone all right? Who blasted this door? Call an ambulance. There's a sick man in here. What time you got?
It's 10:22.
Oh, man.
Lisa Weissman?
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Wait a second. Who are these from?
A secret admirer.
Ah.
Lady, I'm not allowed to take these back.
Give them to me.
Minutes I waited at that bench for you. 15 minutes.
You know, you yelled at me about this yesterday. All yesterday.
Well, I'm still furious about it today. 15 minutes. And then the limo finally shows up. And we go looking for you.
Well, that was your mistake. If you had just stayed at the bench like...
If I just what?
We would have hooked up there, and then I would never have made it back to the flower shop with the money.
And that's another thing. Sending flowers to your wife? What were you thinking?
I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice for her to know that someone out there remembered her on Valentine's Day? Wow, what a radical idea. Flowers on Valentine's Day. What'll he do next? Send her a card?
You know what POTUS said to me yesterday?
POTUS? That would be the president? No, I don't believe I was included in that conversation.
He said, Dr. Morris, while I admire the work that you are doing, and believe that it may someday play a crucial role in our country's security, not everyone shares my opinion. The next several weeks, you and your program will be under review by a top secret committee at the Pentagon. This review will be critical to your program's survival.
You want to say critical again? Your spit didn't quite hit me that last time.
I don't think sending flowers to your widow, making a spectacle of yourself in public, ripping open bank vault doors in front of civilians is something the Pentagon is going to look kindly upon. I just don't.
A man was having a heart attack. A heart attack, for goodness sake. What was I supposed to do? Just let him die? Oh, you are cold, my friend. You are glacial.
No. I'm concerned about the future of this project. The future of you.
Well, relax. No harm done. Nobody was hurt. Quite the opposite, in fact. A man's life was saved, and I saved it. And I don't regret doing it for a minute.
Yes. No, you know there are no televisions here. Fine. Bring one over.
What?
Are you sure you told me everything about what happened yesterday? Everywhere you went? Everything you did?
Absolutely. I think.
Good morning.
I'll be the judge of that.
Good morning,
I need your advice.
I opened up this morning. He was waiting outside the front door when I got here. He looked so sad.
Yeah, what's up? He's been sitting at your desk for 45 minutes, looking like some puppy who's chewed up somebody's slipper and feels bad about it. Did everything go all right yesterday? I mean, I know he's a little strange, but I do not think you are wasting your time. We took the liberty of checking his DRW, and he is definitely what you would call a qualified buyer. He made a pass, right?
A pass? No. No, he tried to kick a field goal while my team was still in the locker room.
Wow. Do you think he's dangerous?
One can only hope.
Relax. You're not his type. He's not interested in anyone that's available. Separated, divorce need not apply.
Wow. I've never even heard of one of those. Look, I know what you were thinking, and I would certainly never ask you to do anything that makes you uncomfortable, but, in my opinion, that man is an excellent prospect. And frankly, Lisa, you could sit at that desk 3 weeks before another qualified buyer walks in.
Well, you have got them completely snowed.
Really?
Mm-hmm. My boss wants to give you a saucer of milk.
So, you're not even a little bit flattered?
No. Not by what you said last night, not by what you're saying now, not by the flowers this morning, not by any of it. No.
What flowers?
Oh, please.
No, I'm serious. What flowers?
A dozen white roses this morning, and I suppose you're going to claim that you're not my secret admirer.
Secret admirer? There's nothing secret about me. I made an ass out of myself in front of your whole office. Besides, who sends white roses?
What? I love white roses. My husband always sent.
Here's one for the books. Perhaps you'll recall from last night's broadcast our story of a bank robbery in Lower Manhattan. A lot of folks laughed when the bank manager claimed that he, an ailing customer, and the other hostages were freed from the vault they were locked in by a man with superhuman strength who pushed the door open. Well, people stopped laughing today with the release of this security tape shot from inside the vault. Police, still hunting for the bandits, are asking for the public's help, and they're hoping you'll give them a call.
Thanks, Deb. In sports, the Knicks took...
The good news is the bank's video surveillance system was designed so it only began recording when pressure was applied to the door. And since it was built to videotape people breaking into the vault, not out of it, it appears that there's no image of your face on the tape.
Honestly, I'm sorry.
The bad news is the image of you, your back to the camera, your body pressing against that door as it cracks open, is on the front page of virtually every newspaper of the country.
Okay, so what do we do? There's got to be something we can do.
We? Did I hear you say we?
I meant...
Did we do this? I don't think so. I don't think you were thinking about me or this project when you decided to imitate Conan the Barbarian in front of that security camera. We are under financial review by the Pentagon, Mr. Wiseman, and we are hanging on by a thread.
All right, enough! Kill me now, because it'd be preferable to this.
Don't tempt me, Valentine boy. Don't tempt me. The good news is, if we're careful, if we're smart, it will blow over eventually.
Really? You think so?
Again, eventually. Every day there's new news. Planes fall out of the sky and we never figure out why. World leaders behave badly and we pretend not to notice. There's a videotape of an unidentified man pushing open a 5-ton vault door in Manhattan, and no one has an explanation. The trick is, we've got to keep that man unidentified, and we have to do it until we get our funding renewed.
Okay, how do we do that?
From this moment forward, Mr. Wiseman, until such time as I receive word that our funding for next year is in place, you will not leave this townhouse under any circumstances.
Okay. Sure.
And not only that, I, or someone under my command, will be with you every minute of every day. Are you clear?
Absolutely, I'm clear. I'm totally clear.
Good.
Heather! I'm home. Sorry, fella. You're out of luck. No, the thing is that I have no idea who sent the flowers. And I would really like to thank the person, but I... Right. He paid cash. So for all you know, he could be named Secret Admirer. Well, thank you very much. Excuse me? Well, yes. Yes, I would love to speak to the person who actually sold the flowers. Hi. I'm Lisa Wiseman, and I'm very sorry to bother you, but I was just wondering if you happen to remember... You do? Great! My husband? He said he was my husband. I see. And you remember because his last name was different, but he said he was my husband. Well, do you remember what last name he used? Oh. You think it might have been Redford? No, that doesn't ring a bell. No, I'm just curious. Do you remember what he looked like? He looked like a guy named Redford. Of course. Hello?
Hello, I'm sorry to be calling so late. I wonder if I could possibly speak to Mr. Wiseman.
Who is this? What time is it?
It's a little after 11. My name's Mr. Burroughs. I'm the manager of the downtown branch of your bank. Is Mr. Wiseman there?
No, he's not. Can I help you?
Well, according to one of the tellers in my bank, he withdrew some money yesterday shortly before a robbery that took place in my branch. Some things happened during the robbery I can't make sense of, and I thought if I could just speak with him.
Mr. Burroughs, my husband passed away over a year ago.
Excuse me?
My husband is dead, Mr. Burroughs. So whoever it was that you think made that withdrawal, I can assure you that it was not my husband.
But his signature matched perfectly. I can't believe I just said that. Please accept my apologies, Mrs. Wiseman. I'm sure it's just some kind of a mistake. I promise you first thing tomorrow morning I'll restore whatever monies are missing from your account.
Well, I would appreciate that, Mr. Burroughs.
You want to tell me about it?
Huh? Tell what?
Whatever it is that's preoccupying you.
Oh, come on. Don't pretend that you care. It'll destroy whatever chemistry we have.
Well, for you, I'm willing to risk it. What's on your mind?
Do you remember the flowers that I accused you of sending me? Well, it turns out that my secret admirer is a man named Redford, and I don't know a man named Redford.
Wow. You got Robert Redford sending you flowers. I don't stand a chance.
Very funny. And it turns out that someone is using my husband's name to withdraw money from my checking account.
That would be Paul Newman, I'm guessing.
Right, Redford and Newman. Oh, wow. Mr. Newman. I never thought of him. I am sorry to make you come back here with me, but Carla's got some early morning showings and she needs these keys. Now, if I can just find them.
You know, I get the distinct feeling I've spent this entire day sharing you with someone else.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
You're still distracted.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I'm hanging on your every word.
Okay, great. You know those 5 houses we looked at today? I think I want to buy all of them.
Could I just bounce a theory off of you? The IRS, now they would have my husband's signature on file, right? I mean, all those years of signed tax returns? Now, why that man would want to get money out of my bank account, I don't know. Or why he would be sending me flowers, for that matter, I don't know. All I know is every time something like this happens, Mr. Newman is somehow connected. So I am starting to think that maybe this is somehow connected to Michael. Maybe he knew him. Because that's the feeling that I get every time he's around, that he knows things about me, about my daughter. This whole thing makes me feel so powerless. What's so funny?
You. Powerless.
Mm-hmm.
Check me on this. But aren't you the lady who told me to blow it out my butt when you realized my intentions were what they were?
What does that have to do with this?
This guy obviously has you spooked, and maybe more. I just find it difficult to believe that a woman of your obvious strength can't find a way to pick up the phone and say...
Already told you, don't have his number. Just can't seem to get that number.
All right, then. Go over to his place and say, hey, are you the man who did this, this, and this? And if you did, why? And if you don't stop... Assuming you want him to stop.
Of course I want him to stop.
Good.
Hi, it's Mom. Why don't you go ahead and order a pizza? I have to run into New York. Right. I will keep the cell on.
Would you mind if I called you at home later? Just to see how it went. See if you're okay.
Didn't I already warn you about our chemistry? Yes, call.
It's all yours.
So what you reading?
Mr. Wiseman, the purpose of my being here at this hour of the night is not to provide you with conversation or companionship.
Never mind, my mistake.
Now what?
Sounds like maybe we have a visitor. Hello, who is it?
Mr. Newman, it's Lisa Wiseman. I know it's late, but I was just wondering if I could talk to you.
Listen, right now is not a good time for me. Maybe some other time. I'd love to speak with you, but maybe some other time.
Well, when would that other time be, Mr. Newman? I mean, you know where I live. You've been to my house. You know how far I've come. Do you want to give me your phone number? Would you like to set an appointment? Because I really do need to speak to you, Mr. Newman.
Actually, I was thinking like a month. Right now, these next few weeks, it's crazy. I don't know, but maybe in a month, 6 weeks.
A month or 6 weeks? No. Mr. Newman, I really need to talk to you.
I'm sorry. It's the best I can do.
It's the best you can do? Mr. Newman, I'm not going away.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I'm just sorry.
Mr. Newman.
Are you really sorry for what's happened here, Mr. Wiseman? Because I think I know a way you can prove it.
What are you talking about?
Mr. Newman.
I'm talking about letting your wife in here.
I don't understand. Why would you do that?
So that you can tell her, once and for all, that you never want to see her again. That if she ever comes near here or near you, you will have her arrested.
Mr. Newman, I have questions.
Let's be done with it, Mr. Wiseman. Just like we should have been from the start.
At least have the decency to open the door.
If we let her keep this up, she's going to draw attention out there. Maybe even the police.
Mr. Newman. I'm not going away.
I'm going to give you the code to the door, and I'm going to hide in the closet so I can hear what you're saying.
Mr. Newman, I need to speak to you. Mr. Newman?
Oh, Mr. Wiseman, if you run, if the two of you run, I will kill you both.
Mr. Newman, I'm not going away.
This is where I live.
I know. I've actually been here before. Who's your decorator? Kafka?
So, what is it I can do for you, Mrs. Wiseman?
I received some flowers. On Valentine's Day?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. White roses?
Okay.
Do you know anything about that?
No. Did you like them?
What?
Well, I don't know. You came all the way over here to talk about them. I don't want the trip to be a complete waste. I mean, I don't know anything about them, but now that you brought them up, I would be curious to know what you thought of them. Not that I sent them, because I didn't.
You forged my husband's signature, didn't you?
Forged? No.
Forged? Yes. You're the one who's been going into my bank account and stealing from me, aren't you?
Stealing? No.
Stealing, yes! What is this, a game with you? You go into your files, you find out things about people and mess with their heads?
Look, I don't have any files. I didn't buy you flowers, and I didn't steal $40 from your bank account.
Who said it was $40? I want you to hear me, Mr. Newman. I want you to hear me loud and clear. I know who you are. I know where you live. You so much as think about me or my daughter, I will report you to the authorities. I have witnesses now. The girl in the flower shop, the bank manager, they can identify you. I want you out of my life, Mr. Newman. I want you out of my head. You hear me? I'll let myself out.
Well, not exactly the scene I had imagined. But one could hardly quibble with the result. Now, if we can only get you off the front page.
I don't understand. What is it that you want me to do? I know what I saw.
Oh, my, yes, everybody in the world knows what you saw. You tell us every chance you get. Television, radio, newspapers. But let me just be clear. As regards the matter of repairing your vault, Grand Empire does not pay because a superhuman man happened to push the door open while it was locked. Now, if there had been some small unreported earthquake which might have contributed to this, then we would pay. Or if it turned out there was some structural damage in the wall which had gone unnoticed until now, then we would pay. Really. We want to pay. Your bank, all 1,400 branches of it, is a huge customer of ours. But we can't set the precedent of paying off because Captain America dropped by and was a little rough with the furniture. I'll let you think about it.